doing a tier list. El Leon is here. Andy, youtube.com/El Leon, right? Or is it El Leon Smite?
El Leon Gaming.
El Leon Gaming. So if you type in Smite El Leon, it'll pop up, or just go El Leon Gaming. We're double teaming this. Ooh. Tier list. Tier list is ranked based, and you're talking to two people who just play ranked all night. So I get some people have different opinions. I've already heard like final case tier lists out there floating around saying Bastet and Scylla are bad, which I don't agree with. So this is gonna be a little bit different than maybe some other ones. All right, and we're just gonna go down the list. Achilles, what are you thinking on Achilles?
I think he's top of the line solo.
Okay, so you thinking A plus or S? Like, are you prior? You want him picked or?
Yeah, I'd want him picked. If he was my solo laner, I want him on Achilles.
Okay, so before we get, since it's gonna be a big gap, do you think he's better than Bellona, Osiris, Vamana, like the shit that you're seeing a lot of as well?
Vamana, but I think he's the best under Vamana. I feel right now.
Okay, I can respect that. I'm fine with that. I also think Achilles execute once you get to a late game, like you know, you're 25 minutes plus. I feel like it's unmatched by any warrior ability in the game.
Exactly, 100%.
Can I turn up Andy? I can. There we go. You should be loud enough now. All right, Agni. You play a good amount of Agni too, to be honest. So I feel like you have a good breakdown of him.
I think he is A tier. He's a good pick. He's good with Tablet right now, and Tablet is like the only thing doing damage. I feel it. But he also has a decent build with just Reaver and Gem and like high power.
I feel like his setup is so valuable, especially if you guys are lower ranked. Like having a stun as a range character is not common, so it fucking disrupts the hell out of team fights, especially like assassins. Like that's not no one's gonna beat your Agni stun. It's just not gonna happen.
I agree.
AMC. I've actually seen a lot of kind of hunter mid promotion right now as being like super, maybe not hyped up, but I know Ven was talking about it. Benny Q was talking about it. So I don't know about ADC, but I've seen it mid a lot. They're saying that one build, that's what I have it on Smite Source, that build pumps. So,
I think I agree, just because mages are weaker, so they're looking for like an outlet, and I think that might be it.
Especially
like Marty.
I'm just gonna say it now. Don't be the guy that picks this when you have a hunter picked and an assassin picked. Play this when your jungler's playing like Ao Kwang or something, or if somebody, you know, your shitty teammate plays like an ADC mage. This is where you want to start playing this. I feel like him and Marty might be A plus. That's where I'm looking at in terms of, because you're not playing.
I think he's A. I think Marty's A plus.
Okay, I can deal with the split. I can deal with the split. Yeah, I can deal with the split. I think your average player playing him is bad, but in a regular game, him and Marty's poke will just ruin any like fire fucking standing around time.
Yep.
Upwash. I don't think Upwash is good right now. I don't think it's good at all.
Him. I think he's garbage.
I think he's garbage as well. I may even in alt roles, because most of the time you don't see him in mid, you see him in solo or even support. And the only value you get is if people run on you and go on you and, you know, you just heal through the damage. If they ignore you, you're worthless. You have no kit. You don't have CC. You don't have enough damage. You don't have peel. You have nothing. You just don't do shit. I'll put him in B because I don't think it's the worst god in the world. I'd rather if you play Agni AMC over Opwash if you're going mid.
Yeah. 100%.
Solo, I feel like if you solo, you have to be a warrior right now, or you're just costing your team. I don't know. It's a weird spot for that god. Plus, healing isn't even prioritized right now, which would be the one time you'd want it.
Exactly. Budget, Bellona, sorry.
So you thinking A?
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I haven't seen as much Alma as I thought I would, but I think it's because people want to play Bellona Osiris again after not playing it all year. On her, for me, I haven't dropped this yet. Tomorrow goes live. On her's my second. Yeah, I have Hachi on her, and then Ishtar is my ranked ADCs.
Yeah, he's in the top 500 for sure.
I'd probably put him
top 3 maybe.
I'd probably put him S, I think, as a hunter, just because hunters are so valuable that, you know, say Hachi's who I think is the best hunter in the game. Most people have been saying it. If Hachi's banned, then you have Honor, you have Ishtar, you have Rama, but Honor's the one that can fight over every objective, and you're fighting over the shield camp down. So I think you prioritize Honor all day.
Yeah, he falls off just a tiny bit compared to the other ones, but he's his strong laning phase, and he really strong skirmish around gold and pyros.
Anubis. Will we ever see Anubis again? I actually think Anubis is poop. Like, I think Anubis, you can't win a game playing Anubis. I really don't.
You go full lifesteal and then you get divine applied and you're not a character anymore.
Yeah, and horrific being the best active in the game, you're pretty much done. So I'm putting him in C. I realize
better than Posh. I mean, worse than Posh.
I'm thinking if you're good at the god, I think your Anubis peaks out at how bad the enemy is. I think Posh, even if you're if you're a beast, you could do something. I just feel like Anubis late game, like if say they have Osiris, say they have a Ravana or a Rat, and then a Kuzimbo or somebody. How do you play the game? Like you ult and you probably die before you even get off your ult.
Quang. You can cheese early, but then you're like fall off a cliff.
And I will admit before we go further, there are a ton of people surrendering 10-minute games right now. Stop doing that, guys. You could be 1 in 15 and still win every single Smite game right now. Stop quitting early. Yeah, Kwong, this is your bread and butter. This is your build that I run.
I think he's SS. I think solos are just too easy to gank with him.
I agree. I don't think I've lost on him yet. I just get bored of playing him over and over again.
Same.
That lifesteal build is crazy because nobody can post up on you. Nobody can roll trade you in a 1v1. It takes 2-3 people jumping on you to even have to worry about shit. It's crazy. Aphrodite.
40%.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of Afro actually the last 2 days.
She's golden, honestly.
And yeah, you were playing the shit out of her last season. Nothing changed really outside of horrific being meta, but I feel like a good Afro support is unmatched. I think you're linked to a good Afro support and you're good to go.
She enables your carry to win the lane immediately, guaranteed.
So would you prioritize her? Would you say A+ or A or S? Would you even throw up higher?
If you're a good Afro, you should pick you to win games.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it.
Not my problem. The thing I would say, most people haven't played her enough to play her. Not us? You say A+?
A+, A+.
Okay. My thing with Afro is most people have not put in the time to do shit. So if you guys are going to become Afro main to ranked, play it in casuals. A lot.
Find your e-girl.
Yeah, spam it. Go figure your shit out. Figure your combos out. And figure the limitations out because you need to know that. Apollo. I think Apollo sucks.
Really?
I do, bro. I don't know what it is about that god. Nothing feels right. I think because you don't really control his passive as much as you'd like to, that I don't like him.
I feel like his silver branch value in the build is pretty high. He hits for 600 without crit.
Are you looking at that silver branch crit starter Deathbringer build, or are you going a different build?
No, I'm going Death Temper, or you can go Kyle if you like. Then you go gloves, XC, dominance, Kins, or Oboe. I think Kins is kind of overrated. Oboe into silver branch.
So a pure attack speed.
Yeah, pure attack speed.
The one thing that's also why Turtlebug for me isn't top 3 is because the global ults are usually the thing that would put Apollo ahead. But now because of the teleports, your global ult has lost a lot of value. You still can ult the middle. So if you can make your team fight mid and you can go mid, I think Apollo gains value. But because you're in ranked and you can't control your dumb teammates, I feel like he falls down a notch. If it were just me,
for sure.
You think he's top 5?
No, he's not.
Okay, not 5. Okay. I was going to say, I can't wait to see your other ones. Holy shit. I was about to get excited. I'd say you could argue, A is probably where I'd place him just because it's a regular hunter, and he's definitely not bad. I think his 2 is really, really good for lower level players because of his, you shouldn't die to an assassin because you're 2. Your 2 pretty much counters that. So I'm going to put him in A.
I think people in a lot with him too. With his ult, his ult loses complete value late game. He can't just ult to start a fight.
Yeah. You need to ult he's talking about if you ult into a team fight, if you ult into a chase where they're separated, or if you're split pushing and you ult and you could just land with your team. You don't even have to ult into the actual fight. You could just ult to land in a good spot where you can fight. Do that if you're playing Apollo. Arachne. I love Arachne, but she just has she sucked for so long.
I'm an Arachne hater, but I think she's strong, definitely in rank just to win games. She definitely has what it takes. I feel like other junglers lost a lot of damage, but it does a lot of DPS over time.
If we're talking diamond and below, I agree. My problem is once you hit maybe right now it's different. Obviously, everyone is in diamond. Once we stabilize ranks, once you're above diamond, it is so hard to play Arachne consistently. But below that, like you said, it's easy damage, 3-2-1 run at people. She almost always has the highest win rate. I think the mannequin change actually buffed her because I mean, how many gods really use mannequins? I think she's super good with mannequins. You can realistically go The attack speed build you're seeing from hunters, you can throw in more lifesteal if you need it.
You do whatever with her, honestly.
Yeah, so I can for ranked. I think high end she's not great. Low end she's top tier. She's always had the highest win rate as assassins for like 5 years anyway. I'd say like A plus for ranked for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Ares, I think Ares is nuts right now.
Ares is SS.
I think Ares is like top tier support. The only issue with it is you have to be mechanically sound to play the god.
Chains, noob.
Yeah, so if you're an Ares spammer, make sure you're consistent with your chains. Otherwise, just fall down to the next support. Artemis.
She's like near that Apollo range for me, maybe even below it.
I agree with that. Her win rate is always so high for rank though. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Yeah, usually she's like a top hunter if something else isn't OP. Like when Chernobog spiked, he went above her, but for ranked, she's always up there. And I think the simplicity of just running at people, like you press alt and you press 2 and you run at somebody, right? It's almost like the Arachne minus you don't need alt for it. I think that's why it just does so well. I wanna see if I can see the win rates right now. I don't know if they've updated it for this season or not. Yeah, I'm checking. All right, so here's Smite Masters, which is usually what I look at. Ranked Conquest. Oh, AMC. Look at, oh my god, Rama is number 2. That's great. I'm actually really surprised by that.
I've never seen that before.
And Charon being number 1 is mind blowing. Hold on, I can change ranked here. So bronze, this doesn't surprise me. The Charon being top of bronze, now I'm gonna tell every support to play Charon. Holy crap. Oh, no one's GM yet, so this is like lies. Xingten, Freya, these picks are, oh my god. Do you see his win rates? What? Hold on, this might be kind of messed up. Usually the win rates peak at 55 to 56%. Like that's the number 1.
There's no way it's 73%.
Yeah, so this being this high is crazy.
That makes more sense. This looks more real.
Yeah, it's still a little high, but the gods make sense. Goodness gracious.
What the
That's crazy. That skews so many numbers though. Like this, so there's like no one in diamond. Or I guess there are some people, but there's very few people in diamond right now. So I'm assuming that's why we're seeing these gods. Plat is where most high level players are. But like ESET being in there, it is only, oh my gosh. 37 pick rate. Whoever's playing ESET is winning every game. Like yeah. They are farming people. Whoever, I wonder who it is. That's actually interesting. Anyway, back to this. Or it's not in the top anymore. So you're seeing fall off. We're seeing AMC have more value. So realistically, if we're gonna take into account win rate, we're gonna take into account what we've seen. Art has to go below AMC, like down to be super situational. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know what the situation would be. I don't know where I'd be like, yeah, Art, great pick here.
5 non-CC immunities.
Yeah, never ever gonna happen. RDO. I've actually played against more RDO, and it's all pros that I'm seeing. It's like a Roar. Who else did I see? It's like a lot of pro supports playing RDO. I don't think it's good. I think
she's garbage.
Yeah, I just see it a lot. I think it's hard to get away with. I think if you snowball because you're a farming legend out of support, you can run at them and be super annoying. But I don't think anyone's prioing this. I'm putting it into B.
Yeah, I agree with B.
Athena. I just think Athena's busted.
Yeah, SS.
Yep, I think Athena's busted. Like we said earlier, if you're good at mechanically play Ares, if not Athena, you can't mess up. You just press 2. You don't have the 3 first. You just press 2. That's it.
And look at solo lane with your ult.
Yes. Yeah, that's the big. I think that's the hardest part is staring at your mini map. Blow that shit up. Make it twice as big. Atlas. I think Atlas is. I don't think Atlas is good.
Really? I think he's okay.
Really, I think there's a lot. There's like the play make where they like get that sick pool, but outside of that, I feel like it just doesn't have the presence. I just don't pay attention to it as much as if I'm in the game.
You have to be so good with him to make him work. That's why I have a problem with people like for a tier list. I think he's like maybe a B.
Yeah, that's
if
what
you're
I'm
really
thinking.
good with him, he goes up to an A.
Yep. I wouldn't throw him in the complete. You're still relevant. You still do stuff in the game. You still have a decent landing phase. Awelix, who was top jungler at Worlds.
SWC.
Yeah, at Worlds. I don't know if it performed the best, but it was really prioritized. I mean, a lot of us were playing it before last season. Why do you think she's SS?
Her ult change. She just went from like 80-second CD to like with full CD, she's at 40 seconds, and then they buffed the steroids super hard. You can just press 4 and run at people. You don't need ult anybody.
I can respect that. I don't have her in my top 5, so no one baby rages, but I can respect it. What Andy's saying is you basically have to learn to use your ult as not just a CC. You need to use it for its buffs, for fighting and moving around and, you know, getting into a 1v1 with somebody or having it up, going on to an ADC or mage. You can't just pull people with it, is basically what you're saying.
Yep, super strong early too. Like she just wins 3 lanes almost, something like super fast.
Baba Yaga. I think Baba Yaga's nuts. And I think I think a double stacking build. I know they've already people have talked about it. It's out there, but I think it's gonna take over and become way more common. That warlock change makes it really, really good in ways that people don't realize, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love it. I've been doing it on Tiamat. And Baba's like similar playstyle.
Yeah, plus the free stacks, you don't even have to like use your brain. I'm gonna say S for her. I think she's just been top for a while.
For like ever.
Yeah. I don't know if people forget about her, but if you just spam player to the point where you're used to the timing on the 2, you become like unstoppable as a mage. So I would play her a lot more if you're a mid lane. Bacchus. I actually like Bacchus.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I think I throw him like A+. I don't think he's I don't think he's dominant enough, but I think he's a really strong aggressive guardian that you can't really go wrong on if you're hitting your shit.
About positioning too much.
Bacchus, I think Bacchus trash. Possibly the worst god in the game. I
tilted the other day playing him.
Dude, I get tilted when people ask me if the new season is Bacchus great now. No, he doesn't do anything. His 2, it's basically worthless. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's cool getting the passive, but it's fucking worthless. His 1, basically just for movement, worthless. And then his ultimate doesn't do anything. His ultimate's not scary enough. It's just there. It's like, I'm sure you Bacchus mains do great against, you know, silver players with it because they just stand there and don't react. Everyone else will either turn and kill you or just laugh at you.
You just do nothing.
Yep. Whale, this god is busted.
Busting. I'm scared to even say it's busting. We just delete the god.
Dude, it's the most boring god they've ever put in the game, and it's the strongest god with the least amount of skill or effort we've ever seen. And I possibly have ever seen in any video game ever. It's crazy.
Yep.
I keep people
lost in the sauce and the design on this guy.
Yeah, people keep asking me about it. I'm like, I'm banning it every game. I'm never gonna play against it. I'm not even one on my team. I'm just banning it every game. I don't want to think he's in the game.
Yep.
Baron Samedi. First of all, where would you play him before you rank?
Support.
Okay. You just made somebody happy.
In support, he's good. But he lost a lot of value because the reason he was good in support before, what everybody talked about him, was because of the mage passive, like having a free 40 power. But now losing that, he's just good versus supports like anybody he can drag in, or like carries with dashes. He's good versus them. Okay,
so I'd say situational. Then you're looking for
B, maybe.
You're looking for anyone you could lock down with your ultimate, which is gonna be, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be super rare where that's consistent because the solos aren't gonna give a fuck about you pulling them in. Yeah, they're not gonna give a shit. Supports probably aren't gonna care, so you're gonna struggle to do that. So I didn't see final case tier list, but people were telling me tonight that he put Bast at like bottom tier.
There's no way.
I think he's smoking some really good shit. I think she's good. Like, I actually think she's really good and one of the few ability assassins that really just goes survives, goes unchecked, has a solid game no matter what. Like, you don't need to rely on anything specifically to go your way. I don't think I put her in S tier, but I think I put her in A+.
Yeah, definitely. She's strong. The only thing that's scary is just like Wilix is really strong too. But other than that, I mean, you're chill.
I don't know about lower levels, and I don't really pay attention to picks and bans too much, but in my games, I don't think I've played against a single... No, I lied. I played against one of Wilix tonight, but he was 5 levels down, so it wasn't even a real game. I barely play against a Wilix right now. So maybe at certain ranks, people just aren't playing her yet. I think the high-level players, mid-max, are the best. Like, you're going to see, like, you're playing it, adapting. I've seen adapting play it a lot.
Yeah, he's spamming it.
So I think it's just more at higher levels you're seeing it. Bologna's sick. Bologna's really good right now.
S, or I think it's S.
Yeah, I think it's S too. It's not a lot of skill. Make sure you have the build down. Pull it from Smite Source, pull it from Final K, pull it from Haddix, whoever you watch. Bologna's very... These ADC warriors are super simple too. You look at a squishy and you're running them. Like that's it.
Yeah, and they panic and we'll just try hitting you and you just sit there attacking them and they're gonna lose a trade.
Yep. Kabrakan. I don't know the last time I've really seen Kabrakan like play it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he's bad.
I think he's pretty bad too. I don't think I'd throw him in a complete poop tier because I think you can get some value out of him. I'd say support more than anything.
Yeah, that's the only way.
They slaughtered the jungle builds. especially losing the power on top of it. Like you're not gonna run at somebody and just one shot them and not die. Hunters will kill you too fast, so you'll struggle as a damage dealer. Camazotz. Do you like Camazotz?
He dropped off a rank for sure. He needs damage and like damage getting hit a little bit.
Losing the
I think he's like
pen.
A.
I'm okay with that. I hate when Kama comes into the meta. I don't ever, even when people are spamming him, I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. I feel like he's very snowbally. And if you're having a bad game or if the game your team's playing bad, it's really difficult to be relevant on him, where you can just play Thanatos and hit and execute. Like you don't have to do shit, but hit your ultimate. Cerberus, another Guardian we don't see ever, like at all.
Yeah, I think he's like an A+. How good can you hit your one? That's a question with that character.
I like him as a support, especially in this brawly duo lane. I don't think I see him enough, but I just feel like he does a lot for your team, especially laning phase. I don't know how team fights are going. CC immunity is always nice on a support.
Yeah, the healing buff too. You get a lot of healing. If
that's true.
We got a lot of.
Oh, you were talking about were you Al Kwong versus him, and he was just healing up everything.
It was insane. I've never seen anything like that before.
I'm gonna throw him an A for right now. I don't think ranked wise you're prioing him, but I do think it's something to look at if you're looking for an aggressive support that is a Guardian.
I agree.
CERN. I think him lacking CC immunity is scary and really hard to play.
Die.
Yeah, I'd put him in B tier. You can pick him, and you definitely can be aggro on him, but you gotta have the right matchups. And I don't even mean your ADC matchups. Junglers will pick a CERN apart. See, solos will definitely pick a CERN apart. So you have to watch yourself picking that gun.
He doesn't do like enough damage to make up for how unsafe he is.
Yeah, even like you're trying so hard to trade with these solos too, and his one giving more sustain or pen is not gonna match it. It's not like a good counterplay. Yeah. Chalk. Every Chalk I've seen has had a good game.
It's good.
Yeah,
I think it's real good. Undervalued, I'd say.
I'm a Chalk hater like usually, but I agree.
I was scared to say that.
Most people, all my tier lists are like Chalk's a fucking C tier again. I actually think he's good. People are probably gonna go nuts. I don't think I'd put him in S tier with the other
A+
warriors. Yeah, this is not him being necessarily bad or anything, or like way worse than these guys. But if these guys are in the game, you pick them over him. He's still gonna not have the best insane late game team fights where his team presence is crazy and like the grouping settings. Bologna's gonna 1v1 anybody. Achilles is gonna tear apart a team fight because of his execute, and Chalk is just gonna still rely a lot on his teammates in the hyper late.
Yep.
Chunga. I don't mind Chunga mid.
I hate Chunga.
You're a Chunga hater.
Every Chunga I get is just 0-50 and thinks it's good still.
I watched the #1 Chunga not too long ago, and he basically just plays it like an assassin. And I don't know that you can do that anymore. Someone also tried to play it in my solo lane last night, and they just got absolutely destroyed. Oh yeah, that's right. We're in the game. He's just you have to play a warrior in solo. Bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put him down into B, where like if it's your bread and butter and you know your matchups, I'm fine with it, but I don't think you're outperforming anybody else, any mages. We just saw Karon is one of the best gods in the game based on win rate. I
think he's good.
I never would have put him in SS on my own. Without seeing that, I get how he's annoying, and I've played ADC against him, and he pretty much can 1v1 ADCs for like the first 12 levels, which is stupid. What do you think puts him at the like top? You play a lot of support.
I mean, the group stages, like everybody, we were all like roasting the fact that like I don't know, Jake was like first picking Karon, because it's like so his playstyle, right? Like just stay in lane and just bully. But like when it gets to late game, if you don't hit like a 5-man ult in the middle of an like interaction fight, he feels so bad. He's just a bully. That's what he is. But that's good in these ranked games where people are just like rage quitting. That's
what I was gonna say. In games where people are surrendering early, or even in these, you guys, your team fights are gonna be very different from when you watch streamers. A lot of your team fights are gonna be super split up. Targeting isn't gonna be the same. You're not gonna be on top of each other. Where Karon is gonna have crazy value if he's able to separate somebody. I mean, you aren't gonna play the game if you're getting spam silence. He's shielding. You're probably not even gonna notice his shields. So I get the value. I think I just weigh heavily in like high level games where I almost ignore him. But in a lower level game, you probably can't ignore him, and he probably fucks your day up. So I'm fine with throwing him in S tier if he's performing. If he's winning, I gotta tell you guys to play him.
Yeah, I think S or A+ is fine.
Charybdis.
Oh my God.
All right, hold on. Before we rank Charybdis, and I haven't even talked about this, I think there's more value in her 2 right now than anyone realizes.
In the shred?
Yeah, I I mean, her whole kit for a long time, people didn't like how it interacted with kins or like yellow numbers, but that pen is going to have some, relevance in a late game team fight.
Yeah, and then tank meta, it does good. I just think her like, the only thing she's good at is surviving for me. And so like, I don't know, you're playing 100 to survive, it just feels weird. I feel like Rama does that, but better.
I talked about that too. I was like, your ultimate is not for damage. It is for CC immunity and running away or like repositioning. Your 3 is insane. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't seen enough people play her. I don't even know if anyone cares that she's in the game, but I really think there's some like hidden factor there with her pen. I'm gonna throw her an A because I haven't seen her. Wait, actually, let me check this.
I'm gonna run her.
I want to run her too. I was thinking about it today. Like I'm always trying to theory craft like what people are just forgetting about. Let me see.
She's definitely like forgotten about 100%.
Yeah, she's her win rate's pretty low. Look, she doesn't get played. Hold on, let me see an all. She's barely played. Her win rate is horrendous, but she's also just not touched. Nobody even knows she exists in the game. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's
let me go to Hunter. Is she the lowest Hunter? She's right above Neath and right by Izzy. That's crazy though, because Martigris is low, and I think Martigris is really good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna play her. All right, Chernobog. He's fallen off a little bit, but not.
I think he's in ranked. I think he's S or S.
I would argue S, mainly because I think we have to acknowledge that the portal 100% takes a little bit away from him. I think he's still nuts. I don't really know why everyone isn't spamming him though. Like, if you notice that, I don't think I've played against him once.
I think he loses lane now compared to before, but he still has like, I mean, I think it's as good as you are with him, right? If you're using your 3 perfect, he's so strong. But if you're using your 3 and you're all bad, like you're just a shit hunter, honestly.
Yeah, I can go with that. I'm gonna put him in S just because us talking about him losing lane is a big thing I don't like for low level players. You need to have pressure in your lane if you're not super comfortable. So I still think I have him as number 4. I think on my hunter tier list. Like I think he's still top 5. I don't think you're going wrong with picking him. Your matchups, you might have not the best against like Honor, but your matchups aren't bad. All right, Chiron. I think Chiron sucks.
That dream, man. That dream. I love him too, but he's just so bad.
I think he sucks. I'm gonna throw him down in S tier, or C tier. Sorry, I don't know why I said S tier. I don't even think he's situational. I don't think there's any reason to play him.
Nope.
I just can't even make something up for you guys. Kronos. Bro. Kronos is one of my favorite gods last year. And not last year, 2 years ago. All of last year he sucked. And then you take away more power from him. I don't even know where you play him. Like you can't play him mid.
Hope.
Yeah, hope for like I don't even know what you hope for. You can't even play him, dude. Because I would play him in the jungle all the time, and he just feels terrible in the jungle. Can't play mage ADCs right now. He's even really a mage ADC. He's just a mage. He just does ability damage. I'll put him that. I don't want to put him in C tier. I don't feel like.
Yeah, he's like B.
Yeah.
But even then, he's kind of poopy. Like you have to hit every one, and then you still do less damage than a strong mage.
Yep. And that means you have to be in range for that amount of time, like 3 resets, 6 seconds or whatever. You're not in and out.
You get one tap by crit too, so like I don't know what you do. You just press 4 immediately.
Yep. Cleo, I like Cleo, but I don't like that she doesn't have CC.
I actually been playing her recently, and I've been a hater versus her because of the wall angles. But then I liked her recently. She had pretty good wall angles for ganks.
Okay. Are you seeing good? Like I don't think I've played her yet this year. Have you like against hunters? You're not having a lot of issues against mages.
I played versus on her. I mean, I'm just in wall the whole fight.
Okay. You do hit so hard with your ultimates and your 1 out of the wall, and there you can't. That's gonna be a huge skill gap though. That's like
too much of a skill gap.
Wall positioning is huge. You have to be so aware of where the team fight's gonna go and not just where they're standing currently. Where would you place her? Like I haven't played her enough, so I'm not gonna place her.
Probably A. You have to be good with her, and she's only an A if you're good with her, in my opinion.
Which is crazy. That means probably avoid her unless like that's your shit. Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu sucks. Terrible. Worst god in the game.
I think worst god in the game.
I literally for the worst god in the game for the past like year. Bro, he doesn't do anything at all.
He doesn't win lane. I mean, like he kind of like 50-50. Like he has to be a shit laner for him to do okay. It's late game team fight. Does he get shredded? I think he does by these builds. Reaver, tablet.
Yeah, you can't dodge anything, which is the one of his solos. They run at you and they still have the ability to dodge in some way. This gun is in his ult. He's in your face. With the new thorns, you're probably not even like getting any value out of it the same way you would before, where people wouldn't want to auto you. So Haddock says otherwise. I just don't see how. I literally don't see how at all how that god's useful. I will say, if people are building wrong, which you're still seeing a lot of hunters builds that can't kill solos, you're still seeing mages try to go like, I had a mage tonight go sack shroud, what was it? Not soul gem, spear of Deso, and then Chronos pendant.
What the fuck?
And you can imagine that build did not have a soul reaver in it. You can't kill tanks if you aren't going the right builds right now. So I think people are able to exploit it and play shit that shouldn't necessarily work. I'm sorry.
For ranked tier list, he's definitely B or C for ranked tier list.
I'm fine to throw him B or him and B. I just think he is the most worthless pick ever.
C too, because he doesn't win lane, so I don't know why you'd want to pick him like in ranked to try to win right now.
Yeah, you could play a warrior and the game is a joke, or you could force yourself into some dog shit where you aren't gonna carry. I'm sorry. Let me jump back. 0% chance you'll carry a game on Cthulhu.
Yeah. 100%.
0.
Team.
If you don't have teammates, you're never winning the game. Where Bologna can carry a game, Osiris can carry a game, Achilles can carry a game. There's no world Cthulhu's doing it.
I agree.
Cucullin, I like him, but I don't think he's as good as the others.
No, I think he wins lane. I think he's like A+.
I could go A+. I've seen, so the thing about Cucullin was last year is he transforms and he stomps. A lot of people die that don't know solo lane. He's not killing Osiris's and maybe Bologna with the wrong build, but he's not killing Osiris's. And I've seen him try and just get turned on. So I think if you guys are Cucullin mains, make sure you process that the game has changed. So you can't just power spike the exact same. Almost no one's power spikes are the same anymore. So just pay attention to that. Cubit sucks. He's next.
Yeah, that might be the worst guy in the game.
Okay, I'm fine with that. He can't clear. His team fight is ass. His one thing forever was that he could cripple people, and nobody cares about his cripple anymore. Like,
nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'll sit in that shit.
That gun is trash. We had one last night too, and he just was like 2-10-3. I don't even know. Dodgy. I like Dodgy, and she was probably out at the end of last year.
Yeah, I think she's strong. I think if you see an opening for her, she could be like an SSS character, but it's just in a game where you don't. Even if they have 3 CC immunities, you're still doing enough damage.
I agree. I would go A+,
yeah,
unless you can pick her last and you know your matchups. If you top pick her and you aren't playing against idiots, they're going to pick CC immune ults, and you're not going to have the same game as if you could mid pick her or late pick her into like a Thoth or I don't know, anyone that's going to run around with the wrong mobility or the wrong no CC immunities.
I feel like she's really good versus all of the mids, right? A lot of Merlin, Tiamat, Thoth.
Yep. And even ADCs, like if you're AA canceling late, you'll have decent late game matchups. Your ultimate buys you a lot of time.
Yep.
I think she's great. The only time I ever had a problem with Dodgy was her. I don't know if you noticed this or you were playing it last year. The bug, yeah, her one was bugged. It's not bugged now, so don't freak out. They fixed it randomly and didn't say shit about it. But that was kind of when she fell off and people forgot about her because they didn't want to play her. Now everyone's remembering she exists and she's kind of doing her thing. Danza Bora. Where are you placing Danza?
I think he's like right below Apollo, maybe somewhere there.
I'm okay with that.
Good, he's immunity.
I would put him in A. I think he's better than Artemis. I don't even know where, like, if someone were to come to me and be like, well, I want to play this, what do I do? I think it's just experience on the god. There's a lot of, like, your ult could be if you waste your ult, you're kind of throwing away a huge part of your kit. If you're not using your 3 correctly for that movement, then you're kind of throwing yourself under the bus. But I do think he can compete with Apollo, and I don't think he's a bad troll pick if you're playing him.
Yep.
Discordia, who I never see outside of competitive play. And even then, that's super rare these days.
Yeah, she's whatever.
I think she's super basic, like average. Yeah. Like if I were to talk about a mage that's just probably don't play her, but she's not bad, I'd throw her an A. You can play her. She's just there.
God I've ever seen.
Erlang Shen, he's seeing a spike in play again a little bit. I don't know if it's because people aren't sure where he last. I know Panatom spammed him last year, still at the end of the year. What are you thinking about him?
I think he's with Mannequin, he's like cheesy early, but then he falls off late really hard.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the new mannequins actually makes him way more valuable in lower level games than he used to be. Where I
Yeah.
probably put him in like a, I don't think I go C before, or I'd be thinking B before. Right now, I can see A as like a solid gimmicky assassin.
He can definitely run early games hard. Oh, I mean, after what I saw, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so if you guys skipped that all in this video, ESET had some crazy high win rate in plat right now, and plat right now is basically like mid masters, I'd say. Most people haven't played enough to be diamond or masters. There's some people getting up there, but you're seeing a lot of players in plat, and ESET's win rate is 70%.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm an ESET player. Like, I love ESET, but it feels like, I don't know, you just get ganked. I don't know. You go to mid camps, you just die, and you clear slow too.
As a support, you pretty much start to, your 3 is huge, it's great, but you start to fall off because your ultimate doesn't have the same like power and oomph that a mid mage does. And if you're playing mid, I don't know how you deal with a solo laner as an ESET. Like in a late game team fight, what do you do?
Nothing. You die. You get silence Vamana, Osiris, Bellona. Like, they don't care about
silence. Yeah, you literally can't get away. You drop your ult. All 3 of them, either Vamana's gonna ignore your ult and just eat it, but the other 2 can just jump it. They can just completely avoid it and not care. Osiris can just ult you and you're not gonna heal anyway. So I don't know how she's winning. I don't care about win rates in this position. I'm throwing her down into B tier. I'll say,
I think that's fair.
If you have some weird situation where you're like, she fits here, I'm fine with it, but I just think she's weak. Fafnir. I haven't seen much Fafnir. I think I've played against one Fafnir this whole year so far. I think he's a good support, but I don't think he's an insane ranked support.
He's average. Like, he's not gonna win your games. He'll just like amp your team, but he won't win a game for you.
I agree. Fenrir. I fucking hate Fenrir.
Really?
Dude, I've never seen Fenrir go nuts outside of like 2 Fenrir mains play him. I don't know what it is.
I mean, he's hard to like. I mean, his abilities are easy, but like, he's hard to know when to go in, and people just go in first. I think he's pretty good right now, but Awilix is too strong. Ares is so strong.
Yeah, like even okay. So yeah, let's say you're playing his kit right. You're comfortable with his kit. Even his matchups, I don't see where you're seeing favorable matchups. Like
interrupting his brutalize just too much of his damage.
Yeah, like I get Thoth, another one. Most assassins are good against Thoth, so he'll do good against Thoth. But like, say he's running into a Merlin running the tank build or a Tiamat running the tank build.
Yeah, you get out traded.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna throw him an A. I think he'd perform better at lower ranks because, like you said, oh no, my tier list just reset. All right, we're gonna splice these together and then I'll redo it. I just got scammed. So give me 1 second. What were we on? We just Fenrir.
Fen.
God damn it! Let me do this again. I don't even understand that happened. I've never had that happen. Halo, what are you doing? Let me do this again. No. I gotta throw these tiers together. I had SS, S, A+. I'm glad we're going to Smite 2. There's too many fucking gods in this game right now.
Bro, these tier lists are just crazy.
That's what people are always like, tier list. I'm like, there's like 130 gods, bro. Like, this shit is getting to be a little too much for me.
An hour and a half, bro.
C tier. All right, let me poop it up. Poop on C. I don't remember what I had the other ones. Fuck, we'll go green, we'll go purple. All right, we're good. Okay. Fenrir, we don't have as many gods left. Where's Fenrir? Where the fuck is Fenrir? Am I blind? There he is. Okay, Freya. So Freya's win rate was actually higher than I thought it would be. I just don't see you playing mage ADCs. Why would you play mage ADC over Hunter?
Yeah, that's all I think.
She
can outtrade only when she's full lifesteal, but then one divine and your whole build is gone to shit while Hunter's still consistent, you know?
Yep, and you're dealing with horrific, you're dealing with brawlers being built, a lot of things. You should just be anti-healed naturally. I'd say I wouldn't mind her played if you have a Hunter mid and you just need magic damage. I think she's probably the mage I'd want on my team in that situation. So I don't know, where'd you put her, A or B?
I think B's fair.
Okay, because I could see an argument for A, and I wouldn't be mad about it, and I'd go with it for sure. I'm missing on all these guys. Ganesh got nerfed.
Yeah, I think he's still top tier though. I think he just by doing nothing, you kind of do a lot. If that makes any sense, he's kind of like Geb.
I agree. When you're just trying to sitting back, playing as the game goes, and not really forcing anything, you kind of go nuts. That silence is OP, and the ultimate is crazy for team fights. I'd say A+.
Yeah, I think A+ is fair.
Alrighty. Dude, all right, for Hebo.
But
Dude.
it's Geb, no?
Oh, is it Geb? Oh, wait, it is. I went down overall. Yeah, Geb. Oh, Geb is nuts.
Geb is broken.
Yep. Ares, Geb, Athena, dude. Top tier.
SS. Disgusting. I can't believe we're saying this, bro. I gotta shut up.
I'm surprised that those old, like Athena and Geb were played season, 2, 3, like nonstop, and they're just back. It feels like we cycled through everything. Gilgamesh. I think Gilgamesh is doing better.
He's strong
Yeah.
now, I feel. He's good in solo and jungle.
That's what I was gonna say. Which one do you think he's better in? Like if you were gonna split the tier list.
Jungle.
Okay. Oh, okay. What would your build be?
My build would be hybrid, super hybrid. It depends on like what item I get from because his builds are super wide open, I feel, but it's always like hybrid left click.
All right, I agree. I actually was playing him a lot the last season. I go A+ on him.
Yeah, he wins early hard.
I had people in chat talking about how they can't beat him. They just ban him every game, and I was like, I didn't know it was that bad, but all right.
It's because they're trying to take 1v1s problem in the jungle. If you go I with your 1, you have like 80 HP 5.
Oh yeah, that's true.
6.
Yeah, you cap out that HP 5 so easily. Guan Yu, I think Guan's kind of mid.
Dead.
You think he's dead?
I think he's dead.
Like be dead, like situation, or like just
Like, he
terrible.
might be C dead.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I don't
Like,
think.
what does he do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he has a lot of relevance. I think he just kind of exists, so I'm fine with that. Hachiman, the best hunter in Smite. I talked about it a bit on my video. It goes live tomorrow. His 1 now has even more value than it ever did because they removed passives. So his 1 now is just peaking higher than other hunters were peaking. So his 1's kind of sick. He's safe. He's got sustain. His passive is crazy. I don't know why they ever added that passive in the first place.
One of the best passives by far.
Yep. All right, Hades. I haven't seen a single Hades. Like 0.
I've seen like 1.
Really? Was it solo?
Yeah.
One.
I think he's good versus like what's good right now.
All
the left click clears.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it a warrior? Like, isn't us Hades normally like a warrior kind of like he's chilling against them? It's usually his meta to come back.
He might be undercover, to be honest.
Oh shit! Let's. You think an A or A+?
I think A+.
Okay.
I don't see why he'd be so bad.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be bad at all. I think in a dive meta, you can't really go wrong with him as long as you're tanky enough. I think it's really easy to be tanky enough, so why not? Hebo. So now we're on Hebo.
People like him a lot, but losing mage passive, I already felt like he was doing way less damage towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't know how you're playing Hebo. I feel like the ult doesn't even like it used to just do so much damage and everyone complained he has 3 ultimates. It does not feel like that anymore whatsoever. And
yeah, you need 5 slots, 6 slots to do something.
How are you getting away with him in mid? I don't know how in the world you wouldn't just be dove in mid. And then if you're playing in the jungle, similar boat, you aren't doing the damage, and once you're grouped, you just doesn't feel good. I'm B for Hebo, which I'm usually a Hebo lover, dude. I usually like Hebo a lot.
Yeah, I think B or A.
Okay.
Please more.
Heimdall. This is Shmeeb's favorite god. I think Heimdall's really good right now. I don't think he's S or S, but I think he's a
right
good hunter.
Yeah, top 5, I think.
Yep, I agree. I'm throwing him in A+. Hell. You know way more about Hell because you can't play Hell mid. You're playing Hell support.
Yeah, Helmet is like you just die, then they get Brawler's Divine. You're not a character anymore.
And you play him in support?
Support, she wins lane. She wins lane like super hard, like unbelievably hard.
Okay.
She can 2v3 on these like rotations. The junglers are rotating like level 2, level 3.
Okay. Would you say A then for her?
Yeah, I think A is consistent.
I think you have to take advantage of that too, and make sure you don't get into like too crazy late game without doing anything. So if you are playing Hell, he's saying you win lane, he's saying you 1v2, which usually means you rotate and you start creating like action. You create shit if you're doing that. Hera, I think Hera's like a Discordia to me. Just super average.
It's good damage, but but she might be worse in terms of just survivability. She just dies.
I could see that. Yeah, that's true. I could go with that. I could go B if that's what we're saying.
I think B is more fair.
Hercules,
strong.
I think he's strong. I think all warriors are strong right now. I don't know if I think if it were just me, I'd say A. I would put him in A.
Yeah, I think A or A+. I think A is good. If you're not hitting every 2-1, I'd rather just have you on Bellona.
Yep, on almost every other warrior. Horus, I don't see Horus at all anymore, which is weird.
Yeah, I think he's like an A.
Yeah, I think he's
Definitely
average.
has
I don't know
spoiled.
why he fell off though. Like he really didn't get changed much. People just forgot about him. I think maybe it's just like Guardian team fight presence is just way more relevant. That's probably why. Ho Yi. I don't like Ho Yi because you don't have clear and you don't have a CC immune ult.
You automatically lose lane. That's the way I look at who.
Yeah, yeah. Would
Like,
you
if they
say?
make up for a late game?
Would you liked Apollo and we put Apollo in A? So would you put Ho Yi in B or would you put it up against Apollo?
Let's put it near Apollo, I guess.
Yeah, I
He's
would
old
say
for
A.
Apollo's.
I think you can get away with him. I just think you're not putting yourself in a favorable situation doing it at all. Hun Bats.
His damage is so low.
They tried buffing him and I don't feel it.
Yeah,
I don't
he
feel
does
it at
no
all.
damage.
I could throw him an A. I think Hun Bats might be that like baseline assassin that you just he's been there
He's feeling
forever.
good late. Like last year, I was liking him a lot, but then I don't know. It just damage is too low now.
Ishtar for me was number 3 on my like top 5 hunters. I think
Yeah,
Ishtar's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You think an S tier?
SS or S.
See, I think S. I think SS would work too because you have so much pressure. So
There's a lot of skill though.
that's true. The rest of your abilities matter, but the lane pressure is guaranteed. Out of the top hunters, you pretty much guarantee your lane pressure with Ishtar.
Yeah, I would love like my new hunter just to be on Ishtar. You know what I mean? Just clear the wave, get the farm.
Yeah,
over, like,
and
being on Ho Yi.
sit under your tower again. Don't die. HL. I think we both like HL, right?
Yeah, I'm a big extra fan.
I think she's super undervalued, underrated. I only play against a
High
handful of
damage.
people that play her right. Yeah, her damage is crazy. I think the biggest issue is positioning, which is what almost everyone lacks. And the lower ranked you are, the worse you probably are at positioning.
Yeah.
So that's
A.
I think I have to go A just
Or
because
A
of that.
plus.
I want to say A plus, and I think if you're a beast on her, you could argue higher, and I wouldn't disagree. But it's just so like uncommon. Izanami, we saw Izanami at a really low win rate right now.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so wave clear. That's
Yeah,
a wet dream.
That's what I'm gonna put her in B. That's what I tell people. Like, what about Izanami? Like, you clear lane, and then you do nothing late game, which is the problem. Janice,
Janice.
your
weaker.
your main, you've put in probably more high tier hours than I've seen of anyone play Janice.
That character is addicting, but I think he's I think he's like just an A or A plus.
Okay.
I mean, this is the most Janice I've ever seen. I did like 4 accounts to Grandmaster, and like on the way there, I saw like a Janice like at least 40% of my games.
You were talking about the beginning of the year too, how Bao getting removed really hurt him. The power loss hurt him. The builds are favoring like not just
away from him.
Yeah, away from him. So I'm fine. If you say A plus or A. If
I think A is more consistent.
Okay, I was gonna say if you're a high tier player, like your Janice is your shit, you'd probably say A plus, but everyone else you'd say A. Jingwei doesn't get value out of the new Deathbringer. She's still safe. she lives.
She can fly back.
Yeah, she still lives. For me, she's almost always been like a solid A tier hunter because you hold left click and you live. If you suck at hunter, it's really hard to fuck up on her. So I've always thrown her in A.
Yeah, I think A is fine.
Okay. Yorm. I haven't seen a single Yorm yet. I don't know if you have.
seen a Yorm at all.
All right. I'm gonna put him in B because why play him over a warrior?
Yeah, you just don't even win lane. Like that's what he's goated at.
Yorm's team fight, also comparing it to a warrior, is you're fucked. He goes out of the game and has no presence versus a warrior who's in the fucking carry's face the whole time. So since warriors are just so top tier, I have to put Yorm low. Kali. I played against a Kali tonight that went Jotuns, Hydras, and had an Afro linked to him. And, the game wasn't really the best game. My teammates were pretty bad, but it worked. it somehow worked.
I don't know. I think the character's pretty bad, but
I agree.
I think B, maybe BA.
I'm gonna go A. I was actually trying to theory craft a bit on her because you are getting the pen still from her target, and can she out trade a hunter because of her ultimate? Like, could you run an hunter and actually be relevant in the game is what I've been wondering. Because your early game is so trash. Early mid game is just ass.
Yeah, that's what's scary about her. Because like winning your 3 lanes in jungle is like what your role is now compared to like late game carrying.
That's the other issue. If you're playing a assassin to get your hunter head, you don't technically want to play something like Kali's just not gonna be hyper meta in a situation like that. Kepri.
Like, imagine that Gilgo rotating.
Yeah, I love Kepri. I think Kepri's really good.
Yeah, I think Kepri's really good. He's underused right now. I don't know why.
Same boat. I'm gonna throw him an A+. I think his lane is great. I think his ultimate's good. I really like having a Capri on my team. King Arthur.
I've been seeing him win lane a lot, even versus like the left clickers. The only thing is like it doesn't transfer like Bologna does, but I think he's okay.
Okay, say A tier.
Yeah, I think
I'm
A
fine
is
with
consistent.
that. Kikulkin, the most banned mid, I think right now. Yeah, like by far the most banned mid. Not even close. He's nuts, and I think
He's the best mage. I think.
you wouldn't go that book build with like breastplate, I don't think, but all the other builds I think are relevant. You go double stacking, you go old builds, you can go, you know, your Soul Reaver regular builds. I think you have to have Soul Reaver right now, but he just works with so much shit right now. His laning phase is easy. You press 3 and run away. Super basic,
Power
easy to
farms.
go. Yep. Goomba. You think Goomba's any good?
He's just
Basic?
I don't know. He got buffed. In season 11.
I just don't think he
His
does
damage.
anything. I just think
Yeah,
I think he's kind of there. I don't think he's worthless, but I just think he doesn't do enough for you to be
DR
like,
kills him.
yeah, that's true. I'm surprised they never changed any of that for him specifically. Like almost like they legit could have made his passive not affected by DR, and he would have been really interesting to see in a game. I feel like.
I agree.
Kuzimbo. I have had a Kuzimbo in every single one of my games tonight.
S or SS.
I'm gonna say S now. I could see it developing into SS because of Thorns and Hunters. You walk at Hunters. You make it very hard for a Hunter to play the game. So if you're playing for a late game, Kuzimbo is like the go-to support in my opinion. If you're just like,
you like press 2, like in all the mages that are really good right now, just spam abilities and like his 2 just gets so much value.
yeah, that too. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that because usually you kind of ignore the mages and they're like, let me run the Hunter, but you can run it either one right now. Lancelot. This is another one of your go-tos.
Yeah, I think he's SS, no cap.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna throw him in there. You have because
Go test it. Tell me why.
All right. Well, hold on. First of all, break down. Maybe not why. What's the build?
Spear, spear into full damage. Joan's Hydras, and then actually I've been recently going the double Blood Forge and what's the other one called that makes you invis and gives you movement speed?
Oh, Shadow Drinker.
Shadow Drinker.
They did buff it. I think I saw you running that. It was the end of last split. I think I saw you. You had the Shadow Drinker. Maybe it was the beginning of this split. I don't know. I saw you running Shadow Drinker one night. All right, so that's your build. Is it a specific matchups? Is it just like you have a bad matchup?
He's so fast. Like I just win 3 lanes in 5 minutes. He's like Sir Cat fast, maybe even faster. Like same with the Willix. He just wins lanes and he scales. Like I think Sir Cat kind of falls off a little bit in those team fights, but
yeah.
he stays real strong.
So you guys know, I have always been a Lancelot hater, and Andy's always been the opposite. Andy's been spamming Lance, and my reason and my breakdown and the difference between honestly you and I don't think I've seen anyone else play him right. You have to be so perfect with your dodging abilities with your 2, like your horse 2, using your ult to be in and out correctly, and I feel like if you aren't perfect with it, you die. Because like I'll watch you play and you'll go crazy in a team fight, but you'll run around half the team fight at like 20%, 30% HP, and it's because you avoided like 6 abilities. So
yeah, you just can't blink, press 4, go in. Like if you do that, you lose the fight.
Yes,
but I would say more consistently, he's probably like an S or A+.
I'm gonna have to play him. I'm gonna have to. I gotta put in some hours now. I gotta figure this out. because
I like him. He's juicy, bro. He's strong right now.
If it were mine, like if it was just me here, I would have put him. I'd probably put him A. I don't think I'd actually put him that low, but I gotta see. If you're thinking SS now we gotta figure this shit out.
Another reason.
Okay.
The rotating of his abilities. Like I feel like other junglers just like Humbots, for example, right? You have your 3-2. That's it. That's all your damage. Him being able to 3-1, 1-1, 2 ult. You're back on your horse. 1 again. Like you have so much like abilities to throw out while like other junglers are just dead.
Is he good at killing like mages or hunters, or is it just anybody? He
kills anybody.
Okay.
When you have Heartseeker, you can kill anybody.
Okay. So hold on. And the full build was Spear of whatever, Boma Spear.
Spear, Joans, Hydras.
Okay. Are you AA canceling between each one?
Everything.
Okay. And then that's your first 3. What are your other 3 items?
Joan's Hydras. If you need brawlers, but then that kind of cooks your build a little bit. But you go brawlers, and you go Heartseeker, and then by the time you finish your Heartseeker, you should be going back to your Spear. So you'll have 30%, and then you can go BF. I think BF is necessary on that god.
Okay.
Simply just because if you get a kill, you can just press 3, and you have that shield stacked already, so they can't get you out.
Double shield. They can't knock you off your horse. That makes a lot of sense. All right, Loki. Loki,
Bliss's been pissing me off.
bro, Loki has gotten so many people wins the end of last year, and I've seen it this year. I've seen a lot of like Loki kids just spamming this shit again in the jungle, and I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad, but other people are winning with it, and I don't know what the fuck it is.
He's so cheesy, man. I don't know how I feel about him. I think he just takes one person out of the game. That's the way I feel. And he does really good poke if you go the Bluestone build.
Dude, I would think he would fall off a bit. I mean, not fall off, but he'd be performing worse because actives are now upgraded for free, basically. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
really hard to exploit like beads and shit. But like I said, he's doing something. Where would you put him, A plus or A? Because I don't think either of us are Loki.
A. I hate Loki.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I probably would say A. I just know so many people are spamming the fuck out of that god. Mamin, she's fallen off. Like
He has.
a lot. She still gets banned in my rain games, but for me, I don't think she's good against hunters because it takes a second to really get your kit off, and in that same amount of time, you'll get auto twice. And if they're not bad hunters, you're dead. I don't know. I just don't think she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, I think she's an A.
Yeah, I'm actually, which is crazy to think she went from
That's
by far, yeah, the best god in the game to I could care less if she's banned or whatever. Marty, I'd say A plus. He's performing well. Mid, I think you could play him in ADC. I think the build works for him. That is everyone's running.
Yeah, he's really safe.
I played it. Yeah, he's annoying as fuck too. If you're an assassin player, and honestly, maybe even for solos, like your slow and shit is just so annoying. That guy is frustrating. Maui, which is another one of your up there, your gods.
I think he's hard to win with. Like, if you're just trying to win in ranked, I'm not picking Maui.
For me, I think you have to be so good with the ultimates. Like you have to have multiple big ultimates, and I don't mean like 5-minute ults. I just mean like key, pull the right person the right time, which realistically is not easy to do for an average support player. Like you're talking about
He does win lane.
That's true. That's true. Would you say A or A plus?
A.
Okay. Medusa. I think Medusa sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's situational. I think you're screwing
B or
yourself
A.
by picking her. You say A, B, or A. See, I would say C. Yeah, because so she can't clear without Bluestone build, and you can't go Bluestone build right now.
True.
So that's my big
She
issue.
doesn't even clear archers. I don't understand that.
Yeah, like so that's the biggest thing is you will like your average player will probably get super bullied in lane, which is going to transfer into the late game horribly. You're probably going to be behind. You're not going to get shield buff. So I think that's like the big kicker. But also like, what the fuck does she do against a Bologna and Osiris or even Vamana?
Yeah, she does nothing.
So I could see B tier, but I think she's just bad. I think she's down there with Cupid and like why even play her? And same problem. Cupid has no clear. They both have no clear. They have other issues too, but that's where we are. Mercury. I think Mercury's still really good.
Yeah, so good. Even if like they get spec, I think you just have a lot of value on the map.
Yep. I put him in S tier. I think he has good map control. I don't think you care about Spectre like you said, and you can kind of kill anybody. Like it might take you a second or two to kill a tank, but you hit pretty hard. Like you're hitting 300 to 400 depending on where you are late game on them, which is a lot for how fast you'll be swinging. Yeah, and in this meta, it sounds like not a lot of damage when I say it out loud, but it's a lot of damage. Merlin, he's performing. He's killing it
Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put him in S tier because
S is more consistent.
yeah, I don't think he's safe enough to put him in SS. I think that's the one downside. His dash range isn't that crazy, and his self peel is I'm gonna kill you if you're on top of me, which isn't always the best. So yeah, Merlin's where I put him. This is book build, by the way. Anyone who watches this is like tablet, breastplate, Soul Reaver. Like you are literally going to get that Soul Reaver online and just shred a tank, like just melt a tank. MLF. I like MLF. I think she's good.
I think she's really good.
Yeah. I'd put her in S tier. I think she's really easy to play, and I think she can go
S
any
tier.
builds right now.
Wins lane.
Yep.
Too.
Mulan.
Farms,
I know
everything.
a lot of people have been hyping up Mulan. I don't agree, but I've seen a lot of people hyping up Mulan, dude.
I love her, man, but she's just just bad.
Yeah, she doesn't do damage like assassin damage late game. It's not there. And I loved her when she came out. I thought she was so fun, but yeah, she just doesn't do it. I'd probably put her A. I wouldn't play her over almost any other warrior, but I don't think you're trolling if you pick her, especially as a solo. Naja. I've seen Naja do pretty well right now.
Yeah, I think Naja's pretty good. Just because you can go hybrid, I think there's a good eye build with her. You could also go Boombos with her. She has like a lot of space.
Yep.
To go different ways.
I'd throw her A plus because, like I said, I think she's doing it. Neath, we saw Neath was it the lowest win rate? I think Neath was at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't like. I haven't ever liked Neath because I felt like you go ability build to ult somebody, and if you're in a real game, you're never landing that ultimate. That ult is never hitting a squishy target, ever. Somebody's eating it. Like even on accident, I feel like somebody's eating that shit. So I'm gonna put her in C tier. I don't even want my shitty hunter that doesn't know how to play the game to play her. Like you can't. Yeah. You ruin the game if you go ability build. She doesn't play crit build crazy. That's where I'm at with that. Nemesis adapting put up a crit build the other day on Nemesis, and it feels really fucking good. I into Seer. He starts Atalanta's Rage, Deathbringer upgrade, Serrated, and Demon Blade. I'm pretty sure is the full build.
Yeah, I like that build.
And then what I was doing, if I needed to, I sell the Atalanta's late for an XE because then you get an anti-heal, just raw built into the kit. It felt pretty good. People get mad at me on my YouTube. They're like, you always want to make Nem meta, where like this wasn't even my idea. This was just adapting was kind of going off, and it's felt pretty good. I don't think it's crazy, but I do think it lets you kill tanks.
Yeah, she went up in value for sure in this meta.
The ult killing the tanks is what I like. So A+. Me
too.
Nike.
She's been low for me for a long time.
Yeah, dude. Nothing just felt right. I don't know. She's just I don't know. I don't think they want her to be relevant, which is weird because usually they want those W key gods to be relevant. Nike, I think had I don't know if you know, noticed she had the highest win rate all of last year in the solo lane.
Yeah, she's so broken. She's so dumb to use too. I think she's just SS, honestly. Okay,
I would say I would go with either. I wouldn't argue against either. I think she's really good. I think the lower level you are, the easier she is to just be dominant. You know, you press 1, you press ultimate, people don't react well to it. It's kind of just super basic. Nox, I think Nox is not good.
No, there's like 2 people that convinced me to play her. I'm like, oh, you look good on it. You have to hit every 2-1 to be valuable.
Yeah, you like 80-90% at least, and most even high level players aren't doing that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yep. I don't know if I'd put her quite in poop tier because I do think that even I think Gentle Slayer is like the Nox main I see at higher levels. She hits pretty fucking hard if she goes mid. Her ultimate's hitting for 900, so if you can consistently use it right, it has some relevance, but it's not going to compete with other mages in every situation. Nuwa, I just think she exists. Last year I kind of liked her. This year I kind of don't.
Yeah, I don't like her. I liked her a little bit towards the end of last year. No, I don't really like her.
That's where I was. I think with current meta builds, the solos are going to walk at you through what used to be your self peel and not give a fuck.
Yeah, he's waiting for you to drop a smash your head in.
Yep. Odin. I've played against 3 Odin mains lately. It's getting played a lot. And I don't know how I feel about it.
If people build Relic Dagger and Phantom, you win, but people don't do it, so Odin gets a lot of value.
Yep, especially with some of these picks that just eat it and the supports that won't play, like you said, around it. I'd honestly put him in A+ right now because I just see him. Yeah. He's doing his thing. His shield's on a really low cooldown.
Bluestone is good too, really good.
Yeah, true. Your laning phase isn't the worst. And we were talking about this. I think we played with that Odin main, and you were like, that god is super in depth. You literally press 3 and walk at somebody. Like, 3 in the whole game. That's it. All right, where we at? Oleron, he is poop.
Ass. Might be the worst god in the game.
Dude, I don't even know what that ult cooldown is now, but I don't think any god can stay relevant with that long of a core part of your kit. Like it just never ever. Even if it was like a mage meta, I feel like for ranked he would just fall off because you fight. There's 30 kills in the first 10 minutes of a game. So how does he do anything with that?
And he has no pressure now. He lost his pressure.
Yep.
He nerfed his 2.
Yep. Osiris, one of the best solos. SS. There's nothing to it. There's no secret. Everyone knows what it is.
Crazy. You went from fucking garbage to SS.
Yep. Yeah. And the fact that they wanted that to happen too. Seeing it with Bologna and Osiris coming back, they were just finding some way to fucking make those gods top tier again. Pele, I like Pele. I don't play her a lot, but I think she's pretty good. I don't think she's that. I bet you might. Well, tell me. What do you think about her?
She's one-dimensional.
Okay, I can go with that.
I feel like a lot of the assassins cook her right now, though.
I agree with that. My thing with her is, like you said, she's one-dimensional, but it's a super basic one-dimensional. You blink in,
really good now that I think about it.
You ult somebody, and you all in them, and you hope they fucking die. And with Bloodforge becoming so much more, I feel like it's just more relevant. Everybody has Bloodforge in their kit. You get that extra living potential in a ranked game. And I don't know. I feel like I don't think she's dominant, but I think she's A+ for me. I'd put her a little bit higher than average. W key or useless is I mean, look at Arachne. Arachne's W key are fucking useless, and for ranked, it works really well. I don't know. Persephone. I gotta hear your thoughts on Persephone. Your real thoughts on Persephone.
I think she could be good right now. I don't see why she'd be so bad.
I played her last year because someone made me, and I played her for like 5 more games.
Yeah, is it Sarah? Sarah made me play first too.
It was fun. It felt good. It did a lot of damage. I think the ultimate is not super valued. I wouldn't put Persephone in like A+ or higher. I'd probably put her in A, but I don't think she's hard to play either. I just think most people don't read her kit, and that's why you just don't see anybody play her correctly.
Yeah, if you like her, I think her damage is high enough to be in the Smite. That's the way I look at it.
Yep. Poseidon? Where you at, Poseidon?
I haven't played him yet.
I played against him once. He had a really good game. And I don't think it was a fluke game because the game before that, the guy fed his brains out. So I think just the god was like kind of doing a lot for him. I think you have a decent matchup into some of the warriors, which
you can run.
Yeah, it sounds like because you can run. If it's not Bologna, you can kind of 2-spam, and the damage is really easy to guarantee. I don't know what build you'd be going, but I'd assume it would be more lifesteal, like catered. Yeah, movement, lifesteal catered than normal, like these other builds. I'd probably just put them in A though. It's super risky to play. Raw,
power farms though.
Raw similar. You're gonna get run at.
Shit.
Yeah, you're playing around. You're kiting on movement, which is really still like kind of hard against some warriors. Raijin, who was top of last meta for a little while.
He jumped off a bit.
Yeah, I think
A+ maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I can put him in A, but I can see A+. Rama, highest win rate. God, that's our hunter in the game right now.
I have no clue how. Shout out to the Rama mains. SS, I guess, or S.
I go S. I think I put Rama in my top 5 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's good at diving. Like his thing that most people don't process and why high level players have always valued him is Rama ults and kills whoever the jungler is killing in the backline, which nobody else can do that from a hunter role. I don't think your laning phase is as good as I would want it to be. I don't think you're as safe as I would want you to be, but if you're getting the late game with the builds, you do kind of shred. So I'm fine with it. What are we at?
For sure.
Ratatoskr. That motherfucker gets played so much right now.
So much. He's so good for ranked. He just wins lanes for you.
He's 2 or there's 3 hits hard as fuck. And I think just having the like semi-global ult that isn't just Thor ult, it feels better than
He's better than Thor.
Yeah, than Thor right now. Yeah, that's what I say. But last year I had to play Thor all day over Rat. I wouldn't even have told you to play Rat. Ravana for me is high.
He's really good.
Really, really good right now. I think
it's weird because. Oh, you tell me.
I think he's my highest like true ability assassin. Like he's who I would tell you to play right now. Like he hits fucking hard. You can actually run down a lot of these hunters, which is kind of crazy. I'd put him up there as like SS or S. I'd be in between these two.
Yeah, his damage was always like super average or below average, but like I don't know, with spear coming back, it kind of helps his damage and sustain. If you 3 a camp, you get like to like half HP, and then with your ultimates, you can like just ult on a hunter, and he can't trade you for that time.
The other thing that you mentioning spear coming back, it makes it so putting Erendite in the kit doesn't feel weird. It feels like it fits, and it's strong as fuck with his ultimate.
Yes, so he's the best. I think one of the best Erendite users.
I'm gonna put him in SS. I would tell. I have him in my top 5 junglers.
Yeah.
If we're gonna say Rat's S, which I do think prioritizing Rat is good, I think Ravana is like you could play him every single game. Matchups won't matter, and you'll just run at the squishies all the same. Scylla. This was another god. Like I said, I didn't see Final K's list, but they told me Scylla was down there with Basta at the bottom. I don't fucking agree. I've never agreed with high level players' placement on Scylla. I think she's
for 10 years.
Yeah, very good. I think her, and even now, even with through the shit, her clear is not bad. Her clear used to be the one argument like, oh, she sucks at clearing. She does not suck at clearing. She's fairly safe. She's got probably the longest dash in Smite, like in any sense of the like however you're using it.
Want to hear my take?
Yeah.
SS.
Holy fuck.
Because every mage died, right, in power in terms of damage. She is the only mage that sustains damage right now. Like she does more damage than any mage in the game right now.
I've never placed her as high because I've always felt like I was a silo pusher, but I'm okay with it. My one thing is while the build you're probably going to normal power build with Soul Reaver, which is going to be fine. It doesn't feel great at bursting tanks right now, but she can get away from any tank. No tank can stay on her and stick with her. So she can play similar to how you see like a Janice is almost in and out. If the warriors are your problems, you can play in and out. So if you're playing it correctly, you're not all inning just to all in. I could see SS. I'm not gonna argue with it. I was gonna say S, and I just can't. I know people are gonna be mad. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And if Fino's list has her at the bottom, I just people are gonna fucking lose their mind. They're about to fucking baby rage.
I'm excited to hear it. I mean, what's your argument for her? Like to not be one of a strong mage?
That's what I've never heard anyone say. Like I don't know. Maybe someone watched this video could tell me what they said about her, but I've never heard someone really put her like, you know, this is why she's bad. This and this. They usually just throw her and then just go next. Like throw her at the bottom, which I don't understand. The ultimate is not hard to land. The timing on the kit's there. Having a fucking root on triple root. There almost every assassin is impossibly hard to play against a Scylla. There are some assassins I won't play because what the fuck? Like if you're a Mercury, what the fuck do you do to sit on a Scylla? You can't. It's not gonna happen. Someone like Bastet would be like a good matchup in a Scylla because you can kind of eat roots with your 3 and shit. But even then, it can just double root you if it's on top of you and you get turned on. So I don't know. I think Scylla's really good. I think you could easily, like you said, SS. You could top pick her every game, and I don't think you have bad matchups.
Willix is like her worst matchup, right? Like I go to the Willix on that timing, and even then, you just press 4. Just press 4 and walk away from her. Yep.
Yeah. If you recognize like I don't need a dash here, I just use my ult as a defensive ult. She stands there watching you, and the rest of your team gets to play the game while they don't have their assassin. I'm down for that. I'm very interested in seeing people baby rage over this. Cirquette, someone we both play a lot of, honestly. Only we.
SS or S?
You think she's that high?
Yeah.
Okay, you think her, before I break down, you think she's that high, but you go a hybrid build, right? We talked about this when we were playing the other day.
I think you can go full crit too.
My issue with full crit is the higher you get, the better people play around you diving, and I feel like it's so hard to kit dump without basically almost dying. If I'm a crit build, I think you have the burst still, but it just feels like she always did, where you full commit, you kit dump, and you hope the actives aren't gonna save them and your teammate can follow up. And I hate relying on that in high level rank games. I hate relying on a ranked. Go ahead.
Go for it.
I like your build better because, especially when I watch, like when I play with you and I've watched you play, you can be in and out more than once without being dead, and you still do really fucking good damage. So
exactly. She has like more than one go if you go like hybrid. If you go full crit, like you have one go, and if you don't blink 2, double kiss 1, triple crit everybody, like you're probably dead if you don't jump out.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what I said. If you can't double kiss every time you go in after 30 minutes, it's a really fucking bad time, and your average player is not really doing that.
Yeah, so maybe S. Sorry.
I'm done with putting her in S. I think. I haven't seen level of players like play her, but if you are exploiting that crit, that's what people are doing on PTS. You felt it. Like when you were farming somebody that wasn't a fucking Grandmasters, she definitely did what she needed to do. Her early mid game is actually really strong because of the crit. The Deathbringer makes her better. Yeah, she runs all, and she can kill tanks. That's the other thing. You can gank the solo lane, which right now every assassin player is obsessed with that fucking solo lane, and they play gods that can't kill solos. Yep. They play like I don't know, like a Ravana is not gonna kill a fucking warrior. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. You're playing Ravana to dive the backline. You're not gonna have a good gank fucking phase on the soul laner. Just gotta throw that out there. Set. I've been anti-set forever. I've been anti-set for so long, which makes me happy because there are some set fucking spammers that I just don't think are good players.
Yep, I agree.
Would you say A or B?
A.
And with him saying dead, he means like set in ranked was like top tier forever because you just walk at people. You're not feeling that right now. It doesn't feel as dominant as it did. Shiva.
Wait, I'll give some set tech out. The only way set is good right now is in solo. Build hybrid like you would with mana, and he works really well.
I could see that with the mitts. I was talking about it a little bit because the 3 mitts are kind of nuts, and I feel like if you can be in the fight forever, then yeah, you could see some set gameplay kind of doing this thing. Shiva, he peaked pretty hard towards the end of last year in ranked.
I think he's pretty good right now, low key.
I haven't seen him much this year. I think everyone's just so hyped about the other Warriors, and I think we almost always go full circle where he comes back. So I'm fine with A plus, and expecting him. I don't think he's bad either. Like, there's nothing he does terrible. His survivability's up there. You can't really place him as average. Like, he can be played all the time. Scotty.
He just falls off late a little.
Yeah, Scott. I think Scotty's ass. What the fuck is she gonna do? What is she doing?
Nothing.
Is she winning lane? No. Is she running somebody down? No. Is she dealing with solos? No. I'm putting her in C tier. I'm sorry. I don't know why they haven't fucked with that god more. Sobek.
SS.
Yes. Sobek is fucking busted. And I saw, I'm not trying to shit on digits, all right? Because I know someone's gonna go tell him. I think he won like 15 Sobek games in a row, only to then plateau at Diamond 4 and not win another game. Sobek's doing something special. Something's in the water on Sobek right now. He's kind of just killing it. I think the glyphs really helped him because you can do the like pluck in their face for way longer into the game than you used to be able to do. Like you played her at the play-ins, or played him at the play-ins, and you were fucking him up, and then it just gets to a point where Sobek's build peaks and the hunter peaks and the hunter fucks you up, or the mage fucks you up.
30 minutes, like when you pluck, you better hope you're smashing 4 after.
Yeah, get your 4 off and hope your team's there to fucking make them not just kill your ass, which is not happening in some rank, but he's still killing it right now. Soul, I think Soul sucks.
C.
I'm right there with you. I think people are gonna be mad that she's not A, but you don't play her anywhere. There's nowhere to play her. Wukong,
A plus.
A plus. All right. I think most people would expect an S or an SS, and I agree. I think he fell off. I think I'd rather have the full tank or like the Bologna hybrid than an ability hybrid warrior right now. He dies the fucking hunters fast as shit. Even with
we actually got cooked in the group stages of Worlds because we thought he was GOAT, and then like the Osiris and the Bologna were just dominating the lane, and then we just couldn't deal with them late. While Wukong would just have to go press 4 immediately.
Yep. I remember that too because he was, like I said, the mages and hunters fuck Wukong up. He's just not getting off his kit and being as relevant in the team fights. Surtur, who I thought Surtur would be better. I don't think he's bad, but I thought he would be better right now than he is.
I don't know why he's not being played.
Because he's not getting banned in my games either, and he hits hard as fuck still. I don't know if it's late game. He doesn't feel as dominant as like Osiris and Bologna. I'd probably put him A plus. And I saw somebody did say in my game that in their gold game, they've had Surturs like running the lobbies, like 80k damage running the lobbies. So
I could see it.
Maybe it's just because it's a lower level value. I'm gonna put him an A plus. I could see someone arguing S, and I probably wouldn't say they were wrong, but that's where I'm at. Susano, the Mickey Mouse god of Mickey Mouse.
SS.
Yep, still, which is crazy because we talked about how Assassins felt weaker, but Thanatos and Susano don't feel weaker. I think Susano doesn't feel weaker because of the way his kit works and how it's so disruptive that you could lose the power and it just does it. You don't care. You kind of are overkilling if you're playing the game correctly anyway on a squishy, and you still have the same CC. So Susano for me is up there. Sylvanas, you're a Sylvanas tech. You're all about the Sylvanas tech.
I think like A. He wins lane and then he dies to Sobek. Sad day.
You have to go blink on him, right? To do anything. Okay.
If you're just sitting waiting, like you better hit every pool. He wins lane, so that's happy. You're a happy man about that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Terra.
I think she's A plus maybe.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I don't know. Like my one experience, she did all right. I don't know. I think she's got higher skill cap than people realize. I think
you need to hit like perfect walls.
Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics and honestly just like placement like of your abilities are really, really important and people don't kind of value it. Thanatos up there with Susano. Yep. He's easy to play. You can go the normal Thanatos ability build. I've seen crit build still working. He can execute tanks and do everything he needs to do. He feels good. He's also got he's no peak right now. He feels good right off the rip. He has a good mid game. He's good gank phase, and then his team fights, he kind of slams. He's fucking super scary in team fights. The Morgan. I had somebody ask me about the Morgan yesterday. I don't think she's that good.
A or B?
I think she lost most of the scary I'm gonna one shot you potential. I would say that her ultimate probably has more value now, right? Swapping into the warriors that are
The
super
Warriors.
OP.
But I feel like you're missing out on that huge magic like tablet Reaver.
Yeah.
It feels so bad.
Yeah, you trade out not having late game burst, which is kind of the whole point of her. I'd probably put her in B right now, as I don't even think
Yeah.
she dominates any lanes. I don't think she's like
Nah, she
running it down in mid. Thor, he's fallen off a little.
A or A
Yeah,
plus.
I'd probably put A plus. I still think he's good, but you feel that loss of pen. I think you also feel the teleports. Like if you walk over a ward, there's sometimes where you last season you wouldn't be able to like, okay, I'm getting Thor ult and I'm dead. Now you can be like, hey, Thor's over here, everyone TP, or come over here solo laner, and then the Thor full commits and he gets turned on and it's a bad time.
Yeah, I just think you 2-1. Like before you poke with the 2-1, that's not poke anymore. Like you could probably lose your beats for 2-1ing nowadays. Like and you do like 300, 400 damage.
I think day one I 2-1 those Cyrus or Bologna, and with like Heartseeker and everything, I think it hit for like 300. I was like, okay, I think that was 100 auto. That's sick. Thoth is fucking nuts right now.
Yeah, I think he's like S.
I've
Just
only
'cause
reason. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he just will never be SS because people just counter pick him. But if you have like a bottom 5 pick Thoth, you can just win the game by yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever put him SS because Assassins and Warriors still fuck his day up if he doesn't have just crazy good positioning. It's super hard to play. This is kind of weird looking at how big our SS is right now. More than I think we've had in other years. There are so many top tier picks that every game has like
One of those.
Yeah, like in every role you should have. Oh, maybe not every role, but in a lot of the times with the way picks and bans go right now, people are still banning Mammon for no reason. But you can almost always have a super high tier pick that you should prioritize if you're just trying to win. And I'm saying that because I think Tiamat is also up there as an SS.
He's gonna be up there.
SS mage. So I'm throwing Tiamat up there. Book builds, that tablet build, shreds tanks, super survivable. If you didn't know, Tiamat has a CC immunity in his melee form ultimate, so he's got that in his kit. Pretty valuable. Tsukiyomi. I'm a Tsukiyomi hater. You're a lover. You're a lover.
I think I'm not a lover, but I do think that his damage is really high, and like he's not very safe. Maybe for a ranked tier list, I wouldn't put him that high. Maybe an A plus.
You're actually you saying that. I did get hit by a Tsukiyomi ult. I was playing Ravana. He ulted me for 1700. So
And he's really good with his builds.
That's true.
He's happy with Spear, Boomba's Heartseeker.
That's the other thing is with Spear coming back. I'm also running like Heartseeker. I'm running Crusher sometimes. And if you are playing to be just a harasser, that's what Tsukiyomi does. So I'm okay with it. Tier. I haven't seen any tier solos at all.
I don't know why though.
I've seen him support twice. No
Yeah.
solos. I don't think he's bad. I don't even think I'd put him average. I'd probably say A plus even without playing against him a lot because it's fucking tier. Like he's annoying as fuck. He's not gonna be dying right now.
He can't be below that.
I don't know how his laning phase goes. That might be
It's
like
good. He's strong.
oh okay. So like
He's below now.
oh then that's even weirder. Probably my favorite god in the game right now.
Same. But
He's just not doing it. He doesn't have. You can't really play him ADC.
he's probably like top 10, right? Like maybe top 8.
Yeah, I don't think he's bad. It's just why would you why pick him? Essentially, if you're an ul man, I've played against some good ul players. I'm even if you pick it right now, I don't think you're trolling. I just don't know if I tell you to pick it. I'm probably between A and A plus.
Yeah, A plus. Maybe.
I'm like, yeah, I'll go A plus just because I love him, but still, Vamana OP broken. Busted.
SS
Yep.
3 triple S up there some more.
You don't have to be good to play Vamana.
Yeah, thank God it's so sweet.
That's everyone knows it. Everyone was happy when he was nerfed. He's back now. You don't have to be good to play him. Vulcan. I tried playing Vulcan the other night. It hurt. It was painful.
Yeah, I think his damage is good, but he's very killable.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him A just because, like you said, I think the damage is there. I just think it's so hard to survive to get off like your kit more than once. Shibalanke. I think Shibalanke's all right.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I'd probably go A plus. I don't think he's weak.
Yeah, A plus.
I think he's playable. Xing Ten. I may keep expecting Xing Ten to come back.
Bro, I don't know what I just watched in those numbers, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the numbers were fucking crazy for him, right?
2% win rate.
Yeah. Hold on. Where we got this?
I think it was
Crazy.
only like 40 games.
That
played,
was
I
at
think.
high. Yeah, that was at like plat, right? Yeah, that was at plat level. 30 games, but high ass fucking win rate.
I mean, it
Really
makes
high win
sense,
rate.
though.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because then you go down to like gold where most people probably are right now. I mean he's still up there, Eric Guardians, but he's not up there. But I said this day one. I was like, if hunters are really that big of a problem, why isn't he? Like, why aren't we playing him? What is it? And it's probably just laning phase, I'd assume. Your laning phase. I mean, maybe the ultimate. So I can't. Like, after knowing somebody's playing and winning on him, I wanna I'd like to see it more. I'd probably put him A+ just based on the win rate.
A+.
Yamoja, you're a big Yamoja
guy. You have to be good. if you have like 2 bad walls, like you're literally not a god for 5 minutes.
When he says good, he doesn't mean like, oh, you can hit your shit. He means your ultimates are always fucking perfect or near perfect, and you know how to be aggressive, which even I've seen some high level masters GM ranked supports not play it correctly. So I'm gonna go off of play. Like if you were saying you were playing it perfectly, you say A+.
Yeah, if you're playing perfect, A+.
Okay, and then outside say A. So I'm gonna put him A+. Yeah. If you want to play him, you do your fucking thing. Ymir.
I'm scared to see my low rank players playing Ymir.
Yuwang. I think he sucks. I think he's trash.
I hate people playing him.
Yeah, I think he's trash. I just played with somebody who went the book build and he was doing negative. He was irrelevant. His ult's still dope if you can hit it, but most people can't hit it.
Yeah.
Zeus, you're not playing against a warrior. You don't get to play the game. Yeah. I wouldn't even say situational. I would say don't play fucking Zeus. You don't have anything superior in any way, shape, or form. And then Zhonghui. I have not seen a Zhonghui. I did say I don't know why he wouldn't be more meta right now.
Yeah, I can see him being good. He's good versus tanks like on him. He just pressed 3.
That's it. And like the dive, I talked about this Rama dive aspect, which Zhonghui will do. It's a good thing to have in a rank game. It makes it so you are either making them run away or they're trying to fight you, which most people don't react well to. I'm going to put him in A just because I haven't seen him played a lot. But he's another one of those gods that like him, Charybdis, and now Lance are 3 gods that I'm going to play to go kind of get a better like judgment on. But yeah, that's the tier list. Obviously, the other ones aren't there right now because I have to fix it. Yeah, keep it in bottom tier. Thank you for doing the tier list. If you guys want to watch Andy, you have Elleon on Twitch, ELLEON. You have Elleon Gaming on YouTube. What else you got? You got Elleon on OnlyFans. Wait, what? I know it's long, but it's cool to get someone else's perspective. Usually when I do these, I just burn through them and then do like tier list break. Like I break down SS tier. Like this is why these guys are good. So now everyone has all the information to start the year. Can't really go wrong with it. Thanks for doing it. I appreciate it.
You already know, brother. Much
love, sir. Yep.
It was fun.